adults, 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 adults. We're talking about adults today.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Yes, you heard it here first. We're talking about Adults, the TV show, FX TV show, FX on Hulu. I binge watched the whole thing yesterday. Now let's freaking talk about it. So first things first, I'm going to read a blurb about the show, and it's literally from an FX email I got because for some reason I am on their mailing list. Adults is an ensemble comedy series about a group of 20-somethings in New York trying to be good people despite being neither good nor people yet. Samir, Billie, Paul Baker, Issa, and Anton share their meals, anxieties, and occasionally toothbrushes. Over the 8-episode season, the housemates tackle capital R responsibility to varying degrees of success. And that's our show, baby. Also, computer here for notes, you know the deal. So before I watched the show, I personally thought it was going to be like a new age, new type of friends for the Gen Zers, essentially. And I'm a Friends girl through and through, so like I personally saw that as like the greatest compliment ever, like the best comparison ever. Like I love Friends, so why would I not love Adults? You know what I mean? And then a couple days before the show came out, I saw this article headline that was a different type of comparison, and it was like Gen X had Sex in the City, millennials had Girls, Gen Z will have Adults. I've never seen Sex in the City. I have seen Girls, but at a very, very young age where I should not have been watching Girls, but I watched it, and at this point, it's like I don't even remember anything about it, so I can say I've actually not watched Girls because I remember literally nothing about it. But I will say that I do agree with that comparison because it does sound about right from what I know about Sex in the City and from what I know about Girls, heard of, hearsay, all that good stuff, and what I've watched of Adults. I think it is quite like those shows, and I also see it as like Gen Z, the resurgence of Friends, except just a bit more raunchier than what Friends was. So yeah, don't really know how to end that statement, but those comparisons are true. That's how I'm ending that statement. So let's just continue and get into my general like overarching thoughts of the show. So we start the first episode off with a very silly and very unserious scene where a man is like masturbating on the train and the entire gang sees it. I will not insert that clip because I fear if I try to do it, YouTube will immediately take this video down and tear it to shreds. So I will not do that. But I still don't want to mention it because that was the perfect introduction to the show, and from there I knew it would be awesome. And that scene was just the first of many awesome and hilarious cold opens that we got throughout the rest of the season, and also just like the episodes themselves were also very hilarious and very awesome, and I love them all. Yeah, I initially feared that the writing would end up being like very cringe, that the jokes would land badly or weirdly, because a lot of the shows that say like, oh, we're for Gen Z end up feeling like very cringe and all the jokes land weird, and it's like, okay, this definitely feels as if a middle-aged man wrote this instead of like actual people in their 20s or like, you know, Gen Z aged or like around that like age range wrote it. So I want to give a big shout out to Rebecca Shaw and Ben Cronengold, hopefully I just said that right. They're the duo who created the show and also wrote the majority of the episodes. And then I also want to shout out this other list of writers who wrote on the show too. You guys were awesome. All the jokes landed perfectly. The dialogue sounded great to me. As a fellow 20-something-year-old adult, the show was very good and all the writing was great. Also, I felt very seen by all the characters in this and like what they were going through. Very like, for the most part, it was very, obviously it's a comedy show, so it was very like lighthearted and silly and fun, but in like the moments where like we got a little deep and like saw like little aspects of certain characters and stuff, I was like, okay, I feel seen, like same, like sadly same, but at the same time like awesomely same, because who doesn't love to feel like represented and like see themselves in characters on a screen on a TV show? This girl right here loves that, so yeah, that was awesome. So yeah, because of that, this show definitely felt like an A+ from me. And my opinion's the only one that matters, so duh. Anyway, now let's dive into each of these 5 main characters. But before I get into that, I do want to do like a kind of like map out kind of vibe of like how all these characters became friends, like how this friend group formed, because I don't know, I personally just loving knowing backstories and lore, especially when it comes to friend groups and shows. Like I just love knowing like how this all like came together. Like, you know, this 5 group of us are friends, but like how did that happen? You know, who met who, how did we get connected? I just love knowing that stuff. So I wrote down the little rundown of like all the lore that was spilled throughout this season, and here I am giving it to you so you know the vibes, because maybe you also love a backstory like I do and love lore. So here it is. So Billie and Samir grew up together in Queens, New York, and then Samir and Issa went to college together, and that's where they met. And then junior year of college, they met Anton, and he enters the group, and from there the group is complete. And then we fast forward to where we are currently in the show, basically like where things like where we pick up with this first episode and first season. Paul Baker comes into the picture because he is Issa's boyfriend, and he ultimately moves in with the roomies at the end of episode 2. And they all live in Samir's childhood home in Queens. There's the map, there's the backstory, there's the lore. You're welcome. Now that you're caught up with how this group of friends became a group of friends, let's get into all these 5 main characters, a slight deep dive-ish about like who they are and like their vibes and whatever. And this will be in a particular order. I would be going from my least favorite to my most favorite. However, I do want to say, and I do want to immediately clarify, that there is not one character that I do not like in the show. There's no one that I hate. I love them all. I just love them varying degrees and varying amounts. So there is an order for how much I love them. But I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone. I love all these characters, just different amounts. So yeah, let's just get into it. First up at number 5, we have Miss Billie. She is our career-driven girly, and she does take it all a little bit too seriously. Like, she's literally the type of girl that goes back to her high school to visit and, like, you know, does little knock-knocks, like, hey, I was just in the neighborhood. But she's, like, always in the neighborhood for some reason and always visiting her old high school. Like literally she does that. Like literally there's an episode where she does that. Like, she's not just like the kind of girl that does that, she is the kind of girl that does that. But it's like it's okay. When they did that, it felt like they were trying to serve to us like, okay, she's like the girl that peaked in high school type of vibe. But I am not sold on that. I am not sold on that just yet. Like, I can kind of see where they're coming from and what they're trying to do with her, but I feel like there's more to her. There's more to her than like peaked in high school vibes, even though, like, you know, she loves visiting her old high school because she loves the teachers and like she was like the coolest girl ever in high school and like the smartest girl ever in high school, whatever. But I don't think she peaked. Anyway, though, she gets fired from her job in episode 2, and from there she's like, oh, I want to live up my 20s, I want to be a little less serious, blah blah blah, etc. And somehow that immediately consists of her getting into a relationship with her old high school English teacher. Of course, living up your 20s means dating your high school teacher, you know, gotta be a little crazy. She's a little crazy, just a little crazy arc there. Aside from that, though, we do see her kind of like lean into her wild side a bit more, and mainly it is just like sexually, though, because even though she's deemed as like, oh, the serious girl, she is still very much like partier, getting drunk with the gang, dabbling in some drugs with them, etc. Like, she's never like stick in the mud type of vibe. So when I say like tapping into her wild side a bit more and like trying to be a little less serious, it's mainly like sexually and like trying to tap into her hoe phase and getting help from Issa with that, because Issa just got out of that and she's like, girl, I got you, like I can help you, let me pull you, and you can get a little crazy, get a little stupid, let's have a little fun. She's having more fun. And yeah, that's our girl Billie. Now let's move into 2 of what I consider are her best scenes, my 2 favorite scenes from her, and I'm gonna try to do this with everyone, like my top 2 scenes of them. Hopefully I can insert the clips, and hopefully YouTube does not beat me with copyright and hit me over the head with a copyright strike, but we will try our hardest. So here are my top 2 favorite Billie scenes. Insert it here.
No, I think that's just Kenny.
Oh, hey, Bills.
Oh, how are you, my love?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good.
You know what, Brian? You know what? No, actually, no, because hey, look at me. Look me in the eye. I have had a very tough year. Sounds like maybe you have too, but guess what? Tonight's not about you, Brian. Okay? Not about your wife. There are 3 of us here, and only one of us shaved their asshole for this. Was it you, Brian? Was it you, Brian?
No.
So here's what's gonna happen. Okay, your wife's gonna come back, and then you're gonna man up, and you're gonna fuck me, then your wife, in that order, because I get UTIs like a grandmother, Brian. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Great.
Next up, coming in at number 4, we have Miss Issa. What a silly girl. What a silly little gal. What a silly fun girl. She is the most extroverted friend that you will ever have, and I think we all need a bestie like that. I think we all need that super extroverted best friend that is just like life of the party type of vibes. You know what I mean? Yeah. Insert music here? No. She teaches ballet to kids, and when we learned that in episode 7, it just made so much sense to me, like so much sense to me. And that also made me realize, like, I feel like all extroverted people should be like elementary school teachers or like work with kids in some capacity, because it's like all that energy, like that is for the kids. That extroverted energy is for the kids. You need to give that to the children. Like, you need to devote your life to teaching children if you have all that extroverted energy, because like where else is it going? You need to give that to the kids, because the kids will love it and they will eat it up, just like those kids in that ballet class literally loved her, literally ate up all that fun energy. And it was so, it just made sense. It just like clicked, and I was like, okay, that literally makes sense to me. And all extroverted people should be elementary school teachers. You heard it here first. And I can say that as a person who thought she was supposed to be an elementary school teacher for like most of high school and like a nice chunk of college. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be an elementary school teacher, I'm gonna teach first grade, second grade, one of those things, whatever. And then it finally clicked for me. I'm like, I'm literally the most introverted person ever. I get drained so easily. Why would I ever think I would be a good elementary school teacher? Silly me, silly freaking me. But extroverted people, you heard it here first, you should be elementary school teachers. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, though, Issa is a ball of fun and maybe the slightest tiniest bit problematic energy, and we love her for it, and we love her for it. And her and Paul Baker are also so sweet and adorable, and let's insert some cute pictures of them here and here and here and whatever. Pictures inserted. Also, there's a quickish scene in episode 2 where we see her talk about how she feels like her friends don't take her seriously because of how fun she is and how like big and bubbly her personality is. However, we don't really see her like further talk about that feeling or like further see how that feeling develops in later episodes. So if we get a season 2, I would love to see us tap further into that feeling, because I don't think that's just something that just like goes away, you know what I mean? Like, do you think your friends will take you seriously? Let's kind of develop that. Let's kind of tap more into that, because that's so interesting. And I actually I don't know, I wanted to see more of that, and we didn't see more of that. So for season 2, I would love to see a bit more of that, and I would love to see us like tap into that a little bit. So thank you. Now here are my top 2 favorite Issa scenes. Insert them here if I can. If I can't, sorry about it. Blame YouTube, not me. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, if you need someone to like keep the crowd hot, I am an experienced organizer. Hyphen, extrovert.
That would actually be super dope, East, but I don't think they're gonna let you on stage without one of these guys.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
so that just says victim.
Okay, so I don't have one of those, but
No,
I
it's all
do
good. You don't
have.
to. Okay. Yes, that.
Okay, and also, I also have.
Child of immigrants?
Your parents are from
Shut up.
London. Okay.
And I also have.
Sex worker?
Yeah, she reads horoscopes on OnlyFans.
At the end, I shall hold.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could try and like roll the dice.
Oh,
That makes
awesome.
sense.
Look, do you need help?
No, New York City! Woo! Are we having fun? Well, Kyle wasn't. When he was touched at work. Now ballet run around, ballet run around, ballet run until your popcorn on the ground. Now sizzle, 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 pop. Sizzle, 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 pop. Now step. Okay, guys, eyes on me. So it's step, twirl, step again, okay? Great, that's gorgeous. Also, Kenzie, if you don't believe your Princess Colonel, no one will, okay?
Miss Issa, I'm hungry.
Oh my God, Madison, I am starving. Thank God you said something. Okay, Jack, take my phone, get a group order going. You know what everyone likes.
Next up, coming in at number 3, we have Samir, also known as Sammy. I fear I am most like him. I fear I am most like him personality-wise, and I don't even mean that in a bad way. I just mean that in a way of like, oh, I was watching him, and I was watching him throughout the episodes, watching his character, and I was like, I feel kind of read like a book. I feel a bit read like a book with his character, which was very awesome to me. Remember in the beginning when I was like, oh, I feel very seen, and I feel like a lot of these characters I can relate to. He was the one that I was like mainly talking about, like a lot of Samir. You and me, sir, we're right here. He gives the energy that like he wants to be a kid forever, and that's so me. And he also gets like anxious and like super in his head about things, which is also so me. And then double also, or like triple also at this point, he gives the vibe that he wants to like live in his childhood home and like in his childhood bedroom forever. And I do not even mean that in a mean way, because like I feel that on an emotional level. Like imagine just having your childhood home, living in your childhood bedroom forever, and you just move your friends in, living in your childhood home with your adult friends. That sounds like the dream. That sounds like kind of awesome to me. Like that's literally just such a vibe, and that is the exact vibe that I want to curate in my like future endeavors. Anyway, though, it was really sweet to see the dynamic between him and Billie, since it was established like, oh, they've been friends for the longest, and you can definitely like tell that too with like the way they interact with each other, and especially like the way like he interacts with her and like has that kind of like protective vibe, but like not in a toxic way type of vibe. It's just very sweet to see. Like it's a super like ride or die, I will always be there for you type of energy that seems like really sweet and wholesomely platonic, and I just love it, and I just love their duo, and I especially love Samir. And yeah, and now here are 2 of my favorite Samir scenes. Best scenes. Hopefully I can insert them. Thank you.
Hey. So she's not up yet, but I talked to the doctor and she's gonna be fine.
Oh, what was wrong?
They don't even know what was wrong.
What?
I know.
Oh my God, Samir, how'd it go?
I got the job.
What?
Yay!
And then I mooned them.
Oh.
Then I lost the job.
What?
So yeah. So
Maybe I'm a socialist.
Next up, coming at number 2, we have Mr. Paul Baker. Hey! As mentioned before, he is the newest addition to the friend group because he's Issa's boyfriend that just moved into the house, but it is so quickly established that he is not just like an extension of Issa. Like, we immediately see how he develops his own dynamics and friendships with everyone else in the house, which is really awesome to see, and I loved that they did that. Like, he is not just some side character, he's not just Issa's boyfriend, he is Mr. Paul Baker, main character, and I love that. It is also very quickly established that he is the coolest guy ever, and I say that because he is only referred to by his first and last name, and that is the coolest thing ever. Like, if you're referred to by your first and last name, like if you are firsty lasty, you're just like so cool. Like, that's just cool energy. Like, he is not just Paul, he is Paul Baker, and he's the coolest guy ever. Also, he's not just the coolest guy ever, he is an actual good cis white man who is kind and honest and so nice and so sweet. Who would have thought this existed? Who would have thought this existed? That's crazy. And I fully think it's because he's Canadian. And I say this in no offense to Samir. Samir, you are my second favorite white man in the show. Also not as the only other white man in the show, but still my second fave. Thank you. Anyway, though, at the end of the day, I would date Paul Baker. I'll admit it. I would date that man. Literally so fast, I would date that man. And you know what? You watching this too. If you watch the show, you would date Paul Baker. And if you haven't watched the show, just know that if you do watch the show, when you do watch the show, because you should watch the show, you would also want to date Paul Baker. So say it with me, kids. Say it with me, kids. We adore Paul Baker. Thank you. Also, I need to mention that his outfits in this were so awesome, so let's just insert some pictures of those. Because not only would I date Paul Baker, he's also on my rob list, and I would steal his entire wardrobe. Thank you. Now let's get into my 2 favorite Paul Baker scenes that, once again, I will say I hope I can insert them.
You ask.
I did the last one. No.
Please.
No.
Hi, do you guys want to purchase a shotgun? Shotgun?
No way. My friend, big gun, good price.
Don't tell the guy in there about us. What's up?
Anton wants us to bring home gum.
Yeah, I got some.
Okay, sick. That would have been like a whole thing.
Miss Shotgun? Sorry.
Homeowner goes first.
Paul Baker.
Yeah.
First rule.
Can't believe I have to say this, but
No fucking on the couch.
yes, but no. Okay, thematically similar. Stop leaving condoms in the toilet
Copy that.
and in the shower
That's on me.
and in the sink that one time.
My bad, big bro.
See, I told you, we have to stop using protection.
No.
What?
So ruled?
So rule.
So ruled.
Next up and last up, coming at number 1 is Mr. Anton, my favorite character, the character that I love the most in this show. And I may be saying that biasly because I am an Owen Thiele girl. I do love Owen Thiele. Shout out the In Your Dreams podcast. Thank you very much. But at the same time, I just really loved Anton. Like, he was the funniest character. He had the best little one-liners. They were awesome. The delivery, all of his delivery on all the one-liners that he would say, and just like all of his dialogue in general, perfect. And I will insert a compilation of my favorite one-liners from him.
I don't think they're gonna let you on stage without one of these guys.
Wow. Okay, so that just says victim.
Okay, so
Oh, look at her. She has always wanted a clipboard.
Hi, Bills.
Hey, Billie.
Hi. How are you? You look gorgeous. Quick, Samir, film this in case she says something good. Hey, we're starting my thing. So, my thanks to Paul Baker for setting up airplay. Your film studies minor was not in vain.
What? You asked for a bartender. You're gonna get a bartender, okay? Someone is blacking out tonight.
So yeah, Anton's my fave. He loves everyone, and he can also become friends with anyone and everyone, which is the sweetest thing, but at the same time, it is one of the most untrustworthy things about a person. But it's different for Anton. And it's also so funny because everyone in the friend group literally calls him a friend slut, and it's just very accurate and very true. And I do fear we all had that one friend that is very Anton coded, and we love them for it. We love them for all the love that they have to give to the world. But anyway, yeah, I think Anton was the funniest character, and that's obviously the reason why he's my number 1. And we also learn in like a little side moment that he's scared of romantic love and scared of like putting himself back out there in that way because he got his heart broken. And that's another reason why I love his character, because that's also so me. Very me. Not the heartbroken part, but the scared of love part. And that's all I'm gonna say on that. Anyway, though, we need to take a quick moment to talk about the duo that is Anton and Mr. Paul Baker. Perfect duo that I hope we get more of, so much more of in season 2. And the main reason why I love that duo is because there was a plot line in episode 7 where they essentially become like dads that are like taking care of this girl who's like getting an abortion. And it's a hilarious plot line that's so perfectly, awesomely done.
Thank you for a wonderful meal, Anton.
Thank you for saying thank you, Paul Baker.
pass the hot sauce.
Huh. Annabelle, Can we try asking that another way? Maybe with a please?
Could you please shave your shitty porn stash? You look like you belong on Dateline as a pedophile.
Okay, language. Annabelle?
Suck my bush.
He said language!
Okay, hey, guys, let's cool off.
I hate you two. I wish I was having this abortion at Sarah Jessica Parker's house.
Okay, Annabelle. We all wish we were having this abortion at Sarah Jessica Parker's house, okay? With Matthew and Andy and Brooke Shields and Marcy fucking Klein.
Fuck you. You are the least interesting gays I have ever met.
Hey, he is fluid.
You know what is wrong with you guys? You think nice is a personality when really it's the absence of one. And you keep saying your sweater is vintage, but I saw it at Target.
Everest, Anton, Everest.
Who fucked you, Annabelle? Who fucked you?
Everest.
Target has some nice things. It's a designer collab, Annabelle. Heard of that?
Okay, she gets it. Shh, it's okay.
Cinema. Now that's cinema, baby. Now that's television cinema, baby. And I also love this duo for another reason that I'm not going to say because I do not want to spoil too much for you all, but just know that I need more of this duo in season 2. Please, 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 please. I need more Paul Baker and Anton duo season 2. Thank you very much. Anyway, here are my top 2 favorite Anton scenes that were kind of hard to choose from, but here are the top 2 that I decided on. Hopefully I can insert them. I'll once again say that. Hopefully they're here. If they're not here, I am so sorry that you had to be deprived of these 2 awesome Anton scenes. Here they are though, hopefully.
At this point, you and the suspect exited the train and made dinner plans? Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
And not just one dinner, but, quote, weekly dinners every Sunday. No, literally every Sunday. I don't care if it's Christmas, we are getting dinner that Sunday.
Yeah, that's correct.
And then you exchanged numbers and asked, quote, can white people and black people be twins? Someone called NASA. I feel like we're literally twins.
Yeah, and what's the question?
Is it normal for you to act this way towards complete strangers?
Okay, I see where you could get confused there. So let me explain. So I feel like for the average person in society, they sort of need to turn on and off, right? Like on, and then they're off. And I have this fun little thing where I don't have that problem.
We'll miss you.
Yeah. You were a wonderful therapist, George. We really don't know what we'll do without you.
Yeah, and if you can hear us, I'm not like a bad person, right?
No.
Oh my God.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
No,
oh my
that
God.
was insane. George?
Anyway, now let's move into my closing thoughts. There were multiple times that I said in this, oh, I hope we get this in season 2. I hope this happens in season 2. I need this to happen in season 2. At this point in time, season 2 has not yet been decided on. The show has been out literally a day. So I've heard no rumblings of season 2 just yet, but I feel like it will. The amount of promo that went into this show, it better get a season 2. People better be watching it because of all the promo that I've seen. Like, I don't remember the last time I saw so much heavy promo for a show, and I'm not even saying that like in a mean way, like, oh my God, trying to so hard to like push this show. No, they should be trying hard to push the show because it's so good and people should be watching it. If you're watching this video right now and you haven't seen the show, go watch it. I'm doing my due diligence. I don't even know if that's the right word or whatever. And I'm doing my part in making sure that this show gets a season 2. Go freaking watch this show. Such a fun, silly, lighthearted show, comedy show that I really needed right now. Personally, for like where I'm at in my life as a fellow adult 20-something girly, I needed this. It's an FX show though, and I do think that FX is good at like renewing the right things. And I feel like most FX shows, because of how much like work is put into them and just because of how good they usually all are, like, name me an FX show that was a flop. Like, genuinely, I feel like most of their shows, even the ones I don't watch, I just know that they do things. FX does what it needs to do when it comes to the shows that they like decide to greenlight and whatever. So I do think that show will get a season 2. It deserves season 2. The writing is great, the acting is great, all these characters are great. I love the story. We love a lighthearted, fun show, and this needs a season 2. Please and thank you, whoever's listening out there. Please, and I'm doing my part by telling you to go watch the show. And that's that. I think that's all I need to say. I'm done preaching. I'm done preaching about how good the show is. And if you have watched it, let's talk about it in the comments below. Tell me your favorite characters, all that good stuff. Thank you. Bye.